Hey everybody, welcome to Music with Miss Christy. I'm Miss Christy, and in today's video, we are talking about neighbor position. So grab yourself a yummy drink in your favorite cup, and let's get started. Today, I'm going to be answering 3 questions for you. Number 1, numero uno, what the heck is neighbor position? Number 2, how is neighbor position going to help my students? And question number 3, how do I teach neighbor position? So to answer question number 1 right off the bat, I am going to tell you that neighbor position is something that I made up. I had students who were struggling with remembering where their hands were in relation to each other. So I developed this term, and that's all it is. It's not anything official or technical. It's just a phrase that I use so that they know what to do when they get home for their practice. I have a little clip here from one of my students, Aaron. He did an awesome job explaining neighbor position. So let's check out his take on neighbor position. All right, tell me all about what neighbor position is.
Neighbor position is another hand next to another hand.
Yeah, so which fingers are the neighbors in this position?
Finger 1.
Finger 1, good. What if left hand finger 1 was right here? How would we make it neighbor position then? What would we have to do with the right hand? Can you show me?
We would have to move it over here.
Mm-hmm. And is this the same thing as neighbor position?
No.
What about that?
No.
What about that?
No.
So the most important part of neighbor position is that the thumbs, finger 1, are neighbors to each other on neighboring keys. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. So how does neighbor position help your students? Most beginner piano methods start students either in C position or middle C position. But there are those that also move the left hand around a little bit. I'm thinking in particular of Faber's My First Piano Adventures. That book moves the left hand back and forth between middle C position, 1 on B, 1 on A. So when we have changes like that, sometimes that can get confusing for students. My initial go-to when I'm teaching those positions is to have the student read the note, read the finger number, and then put the finger on that key. But sometimes that process is a little too much for some of them. So just saying neighbor position and finding one note is a lot easier. In Aaron's example, he knew that his right hand was in C position. It's a position that he's played many times through many pieces. So when I told him to put his left hand in neighbor position, he automatically knew that the left hand finger 1 was going to go on B. So question number 3, how do I teach it to my students? The way we teach this to our students is very simple. Let's head on over to the piano and I'll show you. When teaching neighbor position for the very first time, I like to start with a position that the students are familiar with. So for this example, we are going to put the right hand in C position. Then we're going to take finger 1 of the left hand, place it next to C, and then I'll point out that when our thumbs are next to each other, we could say that they're maybe they're next door to each other. And if they're next door to each other, what does that make them? And most of the time they will say, oh, they're neighbors. And I say, yeah, you're right. So we're going to call this position neighbor position because finger 1 in the right hand and finger 1 in the left hand are next door neighbors. After they've done a few rounds all over the piano, I will turn to the music and then have them find neighbor position based on the piece that they are learning. So I hope you found this video helpful, and I would love to know what kind of names and descriptions do you come up with to help your students learn new positions and techniques. Leave a comment down below and let's keep this conversation going. I love you all. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will see you next time. Bye.